Hello, my friends. Thank you for your curiosity. I am so excited to share my testimonial of patching with LifeWave for the last 6 months. I have had so many effects that I needed to write a list so that I could make sure to not miss a single benefit, just in case some of you folks were interested to receive some of these benefits as well. LifeWave patching with phototherapy has been a huge surprise. It was not something that I was looking for. At the same time, I was experiencing things that I was open and welcoming for solutions. And so if there is something that you are open to solutions about, keep an open mind, because it's going to be fascinating to see how phototherapy and light therapy helps you. Everybody is a little different, and everybody heals in a different fashion. And so the things that have happened to me, they may not happen to you. Your body may be working on other things, maybe internal things that we can't necessarily see. I'm just fortunate enough to have experienced some very real, very physical, tangible, as well as emotional, mental effects that are profound. And it is these benefits that are motivating me to share with other people. I didn't realize it could get this good and that my body could feel this well. The first thing that I noticed is that the cyst that I had on my toe that did not heal itself ever, I had it for well over a year and a half. And even surgery did not help heal this. It wasn't until I started putting on the carnosine patch onto that cyst that my skin actually began to heal itself. And while I'm still in the healing process, it is amazing to be able to walk around without pain and to be able to exercise and walk the beach. Like, this to me is profound. It is supporting my body to heal and take care of it itself, as I know that we can do. All we are doing in this body, in this physical form, is healing. If it didn't, we wouldn't be here right now. So that was the first thing that was so significant, healing a skin issue that not even surgery could take care of. If a person would like to see pictures and proof, I'm happy to show you. I am so excited to be able to walk around in sandals this year without having any issues. The next thing that happened, which I didn't even ask for, was that the scars on my forehead began to heal. And I've since come to learn that stem cells do not like scar tissue. And so if you have scars on your body that you would not like to be there, patching with the X39 could and most likely will affect those scars and help them to heal and go away. I have seen it with a C-section scar disappearing. I've seen it with a port scar disappearing, and I've experienced it on my own face. These scars that are here on my forehead that I experienced when I was 17, so that's 24 years ago. I'm 41. Yeah, this 24-year-old scar has gone from being very thick to thinning out. And that's how I noticed, was because running my hand across the skin, it was like, where did my scar go? I know what my forehead feels like, and that's not my forehead. And same thing with this scar right here on my eyebrow. This was also from the accident, and this one also has decreased in size. I noticed that at 5 weeks of using X39. And so that to me was profound. I was able to get like before and 5 weeks later pictures to compare. Also, some fine lines on my face have started to disappear, and that's because of the collagen production that happens when we ask our body to make the GHK copper peptide. And so that is what we are supporting our body to do when we wear the X39. And that increases collagen production. Fortunately, for us, collagen is used everywhere in our body. And so just simply wearing the X39 can support so many things. One of the other things that it can do is supporting sleep. And from me, I didn't start to actually wake up well rested until I started patching. I feel like I have been catching up on years of sleep, and I just haven't been able to fully catch up until I was wearing the X39. And so that's something that is new. Waking up well rested, ready for the day. I still am sleeping in a bit, but I think that is because I've been going to bed later, so that I need to shift. And that's actually why I made the patching challenge, is so that we all can pair our patching journey alongside other healthy habits that we want to implement for March, for spring. Spring coming up pretty quick. It's the 11th today, I believe. And so this year, spring comes March 20th. So I thought, why not put something together so that we all can start something fresh and new. So many people say that January 1st isn't the real new year, and they point towards spring. So let's use spring. I actually think that any moment is a great time to begin a new cycle. But it is nice to have a nice start to an experience. Definitely going to close the door to that group on March 20th. So I would love to get anybody in to the Spring 4th challenge. And I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. I want to keep talking about my stuff. Just because I had no idea that patching would heal a wrist injury that I had experienced when I was about 27, something like that. I tore a ligament in my wrist, and I've always had an ache, couldn't do hands on knees type of thing because my wrist would hurt. I even injured it a couple years ago, and also heavy babies causing a lot of compression in this space here. So I was experiencing some pain here, but that pain is gone. I do not experience the inflammation of carrying heavy things, and so pain in the wrist here, and an old injury and the torn ligament, it just doesn't happen anymore. And so it took me 4 months to notice that, which makes sense knowing what I know about the patches. I love learning and I love details, so I'm constantly keeping my eyes open for new things to learn. And one of the things they say about patching is that to get the full deep healing effect, we're essentially unlocking cellular healing. But to get to the deep healing, you need to be patching consistently 1 month for every decade that you are alive. And so me being 40 years old, that would be 4 months. And that is exactly when I noticed that, my wrist doesn't hurt anymore. This is new. This is different. This is something to take note of. One thing that was not hard to figure out was how much more patience and tolerance that I have, and especially in regards to my parenting. I have 2 active little beings that I hang out with and play with amongst doing my own things all day, and it's very loud. It's a little chaotic. It's a lot of screaming. It's a lot of crying. It's a lot of expression, and it's a lot of a lot. And so I noticed that ever since I began using the patches, I have so much more capacity to allow my children to be children and not spill over, get to my boiling point. I realized I was having days that Isaac would come home from the studio and I would be like, I didn't freak out on the boys today. Because otherwise I want to tell him, I had this moment, which obviously we all have. There are opportunities to apologize and they're beautiful. But I'm just noticing that I'm not freaking out on my kids. I'm not getting over the boiling point. I am less reactionary, and it feels like I can go from that state of when kids throw something and there's a big crash, whether it be the magnetiles, that's what we've been into recently. It's been a lot of magnetiles crash, or Duplos, Legos, whatever it is. And so there's that loud crash, and then I'm like, and I'm like, oh yeah, my life isn't in danger. So that state of being in the fight or flight, back down to the parasympathetic, the rest and digest nervous system, I feel like I'm getting there much more quicker. And I'm even staying in that chill space much longer. So that feels beautiful. That feels worth it. If I can not be a monster to my children, that is the preference. I have a list, like I said, of all the things that I wanted to say. So before I was patching, I noticed I was beginning to have pain in my right knee. And because of my history as an occupational therapist, I was able to figure out what activity I was doing that was causing the pain. And so I stopped doing that, just sitting cross-legged for extended periods of time. At the same time, it wasn't until I started patching that I felt like my knee stability is back. I was kind of feeling uneasy when I would do like high step, just bring my knees up with the boys doing like a little obstacle course. And I didn't want to hop on my right knee or on my right leg, and it felt weak. But since I have been patching, I am not having that issue anymore. I can high step with my boys. I can run around with them. The instability in my knee really is no more. So while I'm not going to go back to sitting crossed-legged for extended periods of time, I feel like I can do it without being concerned. and that feels fantastic. The last thing that I wanted to mention was something that I just noticed just this last week. I had my hair up in a bun on top of my head, and I noticed I had little baby hairs all in the front here, and it's because my hair is filling out. You can see some of them on this side here. I didn't have any of these. Yeah, right here. I didn't have any of these. This is just growth from October. And that feels good. Like, I feel so, like, my hairline is reinforced. And that feels good. That feels nice. It feels vital, right? It feels like, oh, I'm either getting enough nutrients or something is happening. Light. My own light reflected back to myself. And now my hair is growing in thicker. There are a few patches that are good for that. And so while I've been using them all pretty much at the same time, I'm pretty sure I know which ones that I would recommend for you to use so that you could have similar results after all the more important things are taken care of. You're not going to regrow your hair first if there is something going on in an organ that is more important for your vitality. We have a list of things. I love this. Dr. Kayla is the one who shared this with us. We have a list of things that we would like our body to work on. And we also have a list that your body writes. These are the things we want, and these are the things that your body triages as most important. And so when we first deal with the most important things, then we can get on to the more cosmetic things. Yeah. And so because of all of this amazing results I've experienced, I'm super stoked to support other people to begin their patching journey. So it's like, okay, how do I best do that? Well, easy. It's like, I'm going to create a patching guide. So I did. I've created it's 59 pages now of a guide that basically talks about all the things that you need to know in order to patch, in order to support your healing journey using this technology. It's so simple technology. It's taking the backing off of like a Band-Aid and sticking it on your skin. So I've created this guide and I don't know if I want to call it a container, but basically a opportunity for people to join a group experience, including an opening ceremony on March 20th. And I want you guys to bring whatever healthy habit that you want to focus on. For me, like I said, it's going to be going to bed early so that I can wake up and work out. And so that's the healthy habit that I'm going to pair with patching, so that we are doing a consistent practice. Patching isn't just going to be, oh, we put a patch on once and you're done. Although there are 80% of people out there who experience something profound the first time they patch. Within the first 24 hours of you patching, you are resetting 3,000 to 4,000 genes back to a younger and healthier state. And so it's epigenetics, and healing on a cellular level. And there can be some amazing things that people experience at first, yet it is a long road as we reprogram all of the cells within our body. There are quite a bit of them. So March 20th, we're starting the 31-day patching challenge, where I'm inviting you folks into consistency. I'm setting you up with all the information that you need to know to be successful in your patching journey, a guide, if you will. You'll get one-on-one information and support, as well as group accountability, if you would like to. Now, nothing is required, but everybody who enters the group chat space or enters the WhatsApp space will be entered into a contest to win a 30-day supply of Aeon. Aeon is the happy patch. It's the one that supports our nervous system. And so this was one of my favorites. It's the one that really supported my best friend during her healing journey. And for that, I'm going to be forever, forever grateful to Aeon. So everybody who enters will have an opportunity to win a free pack. So that, we got the ceremony. Yeah. And you'll receive a whole new way to welcome in a stream of income as I support you to bring this to your people, and support your audience, support your family, your loved ones, and your friends. I'm sure there's somebody who would benefit from unlocking cellular healing. So thank you so much. Oh, hi, Rachel. Yes, I thank you guys for showing up. I'm going to close this out, Rachel, but feel free to watch it. You can hear all of my testimonial of what I've experienced during patching. And reach out to me. When you decide that you are ready to go, we'll do a one-on-one consult. I'll share with you what patches will work. We'll go through your purchasing process together, and you'll be in. And we will talk soon. Yeah, talk soon.